We have a weekend warm-up, should see above freezing temperatures again, some sunshine too. A dip in temperatures for next week below normal, and we could be talking about a big storm system to keep our eyes on. Might see some significant snow again in parts of Minnesota. So I have one last weather report from Colombia, where it's sunny and very warm here on the coast, but Minnesota's getting some warmer temperatures as well this weekend after what was a chilly start to the day and a couple of briefly colder days across Minnesota. Above zero for most of the metro, but outside of it, sub-zero, 8 below around St. Cloud. Lots of sub-zero readings, of course, in northern Minnesota, even colder there. 20 below zero was the low in Embarrass. A lot of teens below zero with that brief shot of colder air. And now we're talking about a very active pattern into next week, along with a trend towards cooler than normal temperatures after a brief weekend warm-up. So we've got a clipper system coming through Monday, fairly minor for southern Minnesota, but northern Minnesota could see several inches of snow, and this will be riding along the edge of what will become that cooler air moving in across the upper Midwest after the weekend. So that's going to be part of the setup for next week, is a strong temperature gradient right across the upper Midwest, combined with pretty powerful jet stream moving in for next week too. So snowfall scenarios for Monday, several inches as I mentioned, basically Duluth, Brainerd up to International Falls. Twin Cities though, this will probably be pretty minor. Just one of the models really bringing a little bit more snow of maybe 1 to 2 inches at most moving through on Monday. But then the jet stream really gets cranking next week, and that's going to all play into that temperature gradient and this next system coming in from the Pacific for the setup for a powerful storm and a prolonged snowfall event. So this is going to be probably 2 days of snow, and it could really add up. So starting late Tuesday, snow into Wednesday, probably into Thursday too, wrapping up finally Thursday night. Now we're not talking about Arctic air at least next week, but we could be talking about quite a bit of snow for lots of places. And the models are in remarkable agreement, considering the system is still several days out, creating some pretty heavy snow totals across much of Minnesota. There are some slight variations. So central to southern Minnesota, heads up for the heavy snow potential. Today though, mid-20s, we drop only a few degrees overnight. Mild weekend, back in the upper 30s, and then we do cool off heading into next week. Probably mostly 20s for highs, with overnight lows perhaps getting sub-zero behind the system by Thursday night into early Friday, but not the real nasty Arctic blast, at least late next week.